Hey y'all, welcome back to Southern and Spicy. Today we have a great recipe. It's on page 1 of my cookbook and it is simply amazing. It is full of flavor. You're going to love it, so stick around. Hey y'all, thanks for coming back to Southern and Spicy. You're going to be glad that you came to this show today. Can't wait to put this over rice. Classic. I love me some skin. That thing into her little meal. Oh yeah. Okay.
Southern and Spicy!
All right, so glad y'all are joining me today. Poblano pepper soup. Now, I want to just say before we start, if you can't find poblano peppers, Anaheim peppers work just as good. All you need are 2 poblanos. If I were using Anaheim, probably maybe 3 or 4 because they're not as big. A can of cream of mushroom soup. I know it does not look really good. An onion, a small onion or half a large onion, cup of water, 2 cups of beef broth, can of tomato sauce, can of Rotel tomato, some pepper, a pound of ground turkey. Now, you can use ground beef. It's okay. We just like to make it a little healthier with less fat. And then a cup of cooked rice. And then, of course, salt and pepper. So let's get started. All right, I've cleared everything out of the way. We are going to cut up our onion. It depends on how big you like your slices. I have really come to I like mine. I used to really make them really thin. I really like them a little bit bigger now, especially since we're going to be sauteing these. So, cutting my onion up to the size that I want. All right, got my onion cut up. Now for our poblano peppers. So, we're going to cut those open, and I'm going to clean out the middle here in a second. So I have cleaned out my peppers. Some people don't mind the thick area, but I don't really care for it. I am making this recipe for my sister and her husband. He loves it. And so I thought I would do something for my sister today. Make her a big pot of soup that she can take home in freezer containers or freezer bags and freeze it. She actually, I made this for her once before, and she froze them in 4-cup containers because there's just the 2 of them. Okay, we're going to cut our peppers into strips. If you really like the pepper flavor, you could use 3 peppers. Cutting all my peppers into long strips. She and her husband are coming over this evening, and we're going to go eat at the local Mexican restaurant here in Carthage, which is really good, Rancho Grande. And she's going to pick this up, so she'll have this for them for the weekend. Okay, we're done with that. So let's head over to the stove where we're going to saute our veggies and brown our turkey meat. All right, I've already got the butter in the pan. This is where we're going to saute our veggies in the butter. And then right here in the pot, we are going to brown our turkey meat. Have y'all ever used ground turkey before? It's really good. Put ground turkey in here. Turn my heat up. Let it start to cook. Okay. We are going to saute our veggies till they are translucent. I may even do it a little bit longer until it develops a fond on the pan, and scrape all that into this pot where the ground beef is. So while I'm doing the veggies, I'm going to cook our meat at the same time. Use my time wisely and efficiently. Yes. Ooh, I can already smell the peppers and the onion. It smells so good. All right. Still got a ways to go. All right, if you have not seen this, you might be interested in purchasing one. They're only $10. All you have to do is message me if you're interested. This is the first recipe on page 1. Everything's working out so far. Got my meat going. I already have my rice cooked, so I am ready. Once all this gets done, we're gonna put it together, and woo, it's gonna be heaven on earth. Oh yeah. So I bought a box of these containers on Amazon. I can't remember how many come in a box. They are freezer safe. And this is what my sister puts her soups and things in. And then when we run out, sometimes we put them in a freezer bag. So you might want to check that out on Amazon. As you can see, it's starting to brown beautifully. Turned my heat down a little bit. I want to scorch it. Let's check on our meat. Our meat is browning great. I forgot to tell you to add fajita seasoning to the ground meat. This is my special recipe. I call it dang good fajita seasoning. So use your own judgment. I'm just going to put however much in there. I love the smoky flavor that it adds to this recipe. So I will probably taste it. Looks like our meat is done. Looks like our veggies are fairly done. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Okay, I'm going to add our sauteed veggies to the meat. If you follow this recipe in my cookbook, it may give you a slightly different order, but I've learned that this one works just as good. So I'm going to add this, stir that in together. I'm going to add our 2 cups of broth. One cup of water. It's going to heat up again, and I'm going to make sure that we bring it to a boil. It's time to add our cream of mushroom soup. The reason I keep looking over to the right, I don't know why. I guess I'm looking at the record button, but I know you're over there. Mixing all this in there. Going to add our can of tomato sauce, just a small can. It's an 8-ounce can. Our can of Rotel tomatoes. Make sure you use the original, not the one that has lime juice in it, which is so good for queso. If you did not know about the Rotel tomatoes with lime juice, try it when you make queso. It is amazing. Cup of cooked rice, which really probably comes out to 2 cups, right? So I imagine what's probably going to happen is I am going to end up adding a little bit more broth at the end. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't it gorgeous? I love it. All right, time for some pepper. Gotta use my trusty pepper shaker. I love doing this. It's so much fun to add pepper to stuff when you have a pepper shaker. Don't laugh. Don't laugh until you try it. All right. Got this going. So this is not on my recipe. It's worth adding. So I'm going to add, I don't know, just sprinkle some few drops of liquid smoke in there. And like I said, I'm going to let it simmer for about 30 minutes, and then I'm going to do the taste test, you know, which is my favorite part. And I'm going to see if I added enough liquid smoke in there. So I think I'll just go ahead and taste it real quick. Don't tell my sister that I'm using the spoon. That's good. I haven't even added salt. So we're bringing this to a boil, and we're going to let it simmer for 30 minutes. We'll come back and look at it. If the rice absorbed all the liquid, I'll just add some more liquid, probably the beef broth. Now that recipe calls for a can of beef broth, and that's about, I think 15 ounces, but I went ahead and put 16 ounces, which is 2 cups. It is just beautiful to look at. I can't wait to give this to her this evening. They are going to love me even more than they already do. All right, so we're going to let this simmer. Okay, I will see y'all back in 30 minutes. Okay, it's been 30 minutes. It looks really good. I don't think the rice absorbed as much as I thought it would, but it's that special time for us to do our taste test. Look at those veggies, so bright and colorful. Okay, it's time for our taste test. Ooh-wee. Do y'all think I should give her all of it? Maybe I should keep a little. Wow. Y'all, this is really good. You know what else would go well with this? Some good old cast iron skillet cornbread. But it's not for us. I'm going to tell my sister, though. She probably needs to make some cornbread to go with this. I think your kids might like it. I know your friends will like it. Invite somebody over for dinner. They will be so impressed that you made this with a big old pan of cornbread and a big pitcher of sweet tea. Okay. That's it. So simple. Fresh veggies. Everything's fresh. I hope this becomes one of your favorites. All right, until next time, see you later on Southern and Spicy. Hey, have fun cooking.